What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the PG Sports Podcast. Our special guest today is Moses Webb. Played football at Sacred Heart University. Now he's a content creator, I would say. Yo,
Yo,
good.
what up, my guy?
How am I looking? Am I not blurry? Hopefully not.
Nah, you look good, man.
All right,
I
good.
see, I see that facial hair coming in. My goodness, PG.
It's been choppy, yo. Yo, throw it out, man. Yo, quarantine beard, yo. Fuck it.
I just shaved probably today too, man.
Big
I was
Rudy.
getting tired of it, man. I was crazy.
This is the longest mine ever been.
Yeah, I could just had on too. At this point, I'm gonna just braid my hair, man.
I'm growing mine out, even though I could get it cut if I want to, but I I shave my head sometimes anyway, just in general.
Just cause?
Well, I mean, it's easy. You just shave it and screw it, especially in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
that's fine.
I'm going to occasion, then yeah, I gotta go get it cut. If I'm not, then whatever.
I miss my barber, yo.
You miss him?
I miss him, man. We got a relationship, and it's on sleep right now, man.
Oh, it's supposed to open up next week on the 20th.
In Connecticut, right?
Yeah. Where are you at? You in Connecticut or Virginia?
Yeah, I'm in Connecticut. I haven't been keeping up with it though.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I wouldn't go any until like June.
So,
This is gonna be wild.
it's been wild. I feel like it's still gonna get crazier too.
Oh yeah, because everything's opening up. I mean, Georgia opened up, and then there's more cases, obviously, and then so it didn't make sense. Like yesterday, I'm sure you saw California state colleges are closed for fall, and then
Yeah,
Arizona like puts out an hour later that sports could be played next week or this week or something.
yeah. So did they say like all fall sports are gonna be closed too? Like no football?
I guess so for that. I mean, that's why it's kind of interesting. I feel like California almost leads the way.
Wow,
So
that's
I think
interesting.
people's careers are going to be messed up. Yo, I'm blurry, yo.
Yeah, you are a little bit blurry. Am I blurry?
No, that's why I'm getting mad at this because I know it's. Let me put my Wi-Fi.
Oh man, PG.
What are we looking
That's
like now?
better. Yeah, that's a little bit better.
All right. So, anyways, let's get into it. Obviously, we went to school together. Um, what you were coming
Let's
from
do it.
Virginia? What was it? What was it like at first? Were you culture shock?
Yeah, no, it's definitely different. Coming from Virginia to Connecticut. Connecticut one is colder. So that was definitely brand new. Just even like playing in the colds is definitely a little bit different. Like Virginia, like when the winter hits, it gets cold, but it don't get Connecticut cold. It don't get Northeast cold. Like up here, like my first summer, I think, or my first winter actually, we got that snowstorm. It was like almost 2 feet of snow. You know, I've only seen like 2 inches of snow in Virginia, so coming up here, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but that's definitely one of the biggest things. Another thing I noticed, and I was actually just talking about it too, was like, yo, people up here, man, are ruthless, man. Like they don't care. Like just driving, yo, it's like you do not. People don't give each other the right of ways. They start turning their car and then they put their signal on. Like people are just ruthless up here. How they talk, but that's definitely different than Virginia and even anywhere down south. I think
Yeah, people are nicer down south, right?
a little bit. People are more considerate, at least, man. Up here, people are crazy.
True. Yeah. What about what were your like final schools like when you were picking?
Yeah, so I was getting recruited. So funny story is I actually my junior year of high school, I committed to the University of Richmond, which is a school in Virginia.
Spiders.
They were, yep, they were like the first school to really like come after me and they actually give me a scholarship offer. And then before I even started my junior year, I kind of told the coaches like I'm coming there. I was wearing like a Richmond Spider underneath my jersey at games. And then during the senior year, and during their season, the coaches got fired. Like all of them got wiped. They went like 2-9 or something like that, and all the coaches got fired. And then the new coach that came in, the offer was still on the table. He brought my family down, but then like my mother was the real one. I was like, nah, like there's not the same type of vibes down here like how it was before. Coaches was talking about like changing my position and like how they were gonna use me, and like they were also recruiting like 2 other people like in my position. So at that point, it was kind of like, you know what, man, I'm out here looking for more. So it was between Sacred Heart. I went to Monmouth. Monmouth also gave me an offer. They didn't give me a full ride though, but Monmouth gave me a couple dollars. Sacred Heart gave me a couple dollars, and then Wagner. So it was down to those 3 schools really that it came down to. And then once I came to Sacred Heart, like anyone that comes to Sacred Heart is like, I mean, for some reason, like you just like, yo, Sacred Heart kind of dope. And then you actually get to campus and you're like, yo, yeah, some people have mixed emotion at that point, but to get to Sacred Heart, everyone's like, yo, school's nice, people are nice.
Yeah.
My visit was Shawty and in church, so you know how that went. but, but so yeah, after that
Did
it was.
you go on any other visits to other, like overnights,
Say that again.
like overnights visits to other schools or not?
Yeah, yeah. I went to Monmouth was my only other overnight visit.
How was that?
Monmouth was nice, man. It was really nice. Like the school Monmouth is nice. Like it's right on the water.
Yeah.
It's like all the buildings are like glass.
But
But it was nice. Say that again.
Shawty in church showed you a better time.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Yeah, nah. Honestly, the biggest factor was the coaches. Like, Gardner was my coach, my recruiting coach, and he was really like just showing love. And he was like, you know, we need you. You can probably play, yeah, all that good stuff. The mommy coach, it was kind of like, you know, you gotta come up here and prove yourself. And then they didn't really give me no money, so it was just like, it was like,
Yeah.
y'all even want me or not? So that's what it came down to.
Oh, what did you play in high school? You just wide receiver, played other stuff.
No, I was actually a running back in high school. I played running back in corner, but I played a little bit of receiver in high school too.
Gotcha. What about what was your overall experience like at Sacred Heart?
Sacred Heart was it was a bunch of up and downs, but it was good. Definitely made some good people, friends. Met my wife, hey, and then but nah, I can't complain. Sacred Heart was good, man.
Oh man, yeah. So you made the right decision.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, college is what you make it, so I think
Yeah.
I made the best decision.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about just like playing football there, and you actually eventually did get to play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, yeah. My football journey was unique. Like my freshman year, it was kind of rough. My freshman year, like I don't know. I think it was a lot of high expectations for me, like coming in, and then it was just like it's hard to make a transition, like whoever you are. Like some people can do it, some people can't. But I had to sit out my freshman year, and then my rest of freshman year is when I really was like, yo, I'm gonna get right. And then so played my freshman year, just play offense. My sophomore year, my redshirt sophomore year, played again, got more playing time. My junior year was the biggest year though. I played both ways. We just needed we just needed a corner at that time, and I was like, yo, I can do it. I still don't know how like I got into that role. Like it was always like just fun and games. Like in practice, like yo, I can play corner, I can play defense, and then like next thing you know, it was like I'm actually practicing with the defense, and then I'm practicing with the offense, and
Yeah.
that's what happened. I didn't even know the plays. I didn't even know the defensive plays. Like it was crazy.
Going into like college football, did you want to play both ways?
I don't know. I don't know. I think coming in, I just wanted to play. So like I was really down to do anything. Like if it was gonna be one side or the other. The more like I started to like compete at the college level, I was like, yo, I can really play like either side.
Yeah.
And the more I really started to see like the different talents, because me, I was kind of like, I think I'm better than this person. I think I'm better than that person.
Yeah.
So like it was kind of like, let me try it out and let's see. The coaches pick.
Yeah. Um, Wait, which years were the ones that you guys went back to back? What year were you?
We won 13 and 14. I was a redshirt freshman and a redshirt sophomore that year.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what was that like going back to back?
Fire. Like we talk, like even the guys like now, like everyone has like their own kind of story behind it. But my story is the first year we won it that summer leading into the season. I came up and it was really just like this is before Sacred Heart is like Sacred Heart's kind of Hollywood now, but like we were there, like we all had to stay in like the J Hill dorms, like you know it's PG, so like we had to stay in the J Hill dorms and we all stayed there illegally. Like there's only supposed to be like 3 people there, but like the whole football team was in the dorm. Like during the summer, I was sleeping in the living room. Like it was really just a thug it out because everyone was kind of like, yo, we're not gonna be trash no more. Like we got the talent. There's no reason to be trash. So like that summer leading, that was really like my story, like on how we like it just literally flipped a switch in the summer. So Dim said illegally. Dim knows what I'm talking about.
That was when who was filming? Because I remember I saw someone like vlogging.
It was me. I was doing the shoe grind. Yeah.
I was laughing because I pulled it up one day and I just see Rudy just like saying wild stuff.
Yeah, they're still up. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like I kind of go back and check them sometimes. Yeah, it was a good time, good memories. But yeah, that was fun, man. That whole season leading up was fun to it. Even like the practices, like we were fighting people in practice. Like that's how you knew we were gonna be good.
Which one was sweeter? The first one?
The first one was because it was really like the first one. That's when Drake came out with like started from the bottom. You know, we could relate. But no, the first one was sweeter to me.
Yeah, Dim was trying to make T-shirts out of that. I think he did. Or no, didn't you guys get like nothing was the same on the back?
Yeah, we got the championship rings we have in the inside. It says nothing was the same.
Yeah. I don't know why. I got to get a picture of that and just tweet it to Drake, see what happens.
You see what he said?
I don't know what that. Yo, what about? All right, you got to take me through. You know, I was going to ask about. You got to tell me about that play, the famous play, Moses Webb. Became the super.
Yeah. Honestly, like the actually moment of the play is such a blur that like I'm glad that it was recorded because like I don't remember, like it was just a blur, like to be completely honest. Like there's only like certain plays I remember and that's actually not even one of them. But obviously what happened after that was crazy. Like I remember coming to the sideline and one of like the managers was like, "Yo, this is gonna be on Sports Center, yo, that was crazy." And I'm like, all right, let's get back to the game. And then like after the game is really when it like literally like moments after the game is when it kind of like started taking off. Like people were just like, "Yo, like that play." And the crazy thing is like the game, like we almost blew a lead like that game. Like, we were up like 3 touchdowns and then we only won by like 2 points or something like that.
Yeah,
but,
I forget if I was there or I was watching it online, but I just remember it, and I remember Paul Paps. He blew it up for you.
Yeah, he put it on Twitter, and then like from there, like it literally just took off. Like I honestly don't even know. Like that same night, like people were like texting me like, "Yo, I saw your play. Like the same night of the game. And I'm like, we not even at like we were from school.
Now with social media, it would have been even crazy. I mean, it was crazy, but it would have been even crazier now.
Yeah, and honestly, like they about to start paying student athletes. I'm like, man, would I have gotten paid for that? Like,
you would have got a couple of racks, bro. Look at how many views it got.
Oh my gosh!
Did you know that? I didn't even know I had
2.3.
that views on that.
Last time I saw it, I did remember when it hit 2 million. But now it's at like 2.3. That's crazy.
You gotta rip that and just put it on your YouTube page.
I know, and get money off of that. I don't know who that person is. Is it SportsCenter that has it up on their channel, or is it somebody else? Sacred Heart.
Bread, yeah. Just say making bread.
Sacred Heart just making bands off that video to this day.
Let's just play it real quick. Randy's the best. Yeah, Randy just goes wild.
Yeah.
Pioneers up by 10. Possibly a short slant or maybe even a draw play with Noel keeping the ball. Boobies wide to the left. 3rd and 5. Noel throw. Complete to Moses Webb over the middle. It's a live ball, and it's recovered by Monmouth. Dropped and picked up by Osukula. And then he lost.
Yeah, what were you thinking? You were just pissed?
I was heated.
Who dropped it, fumbled, recovered, and scores with less than a minute to go.
What about did you ever
Yeah,
get
look
any?
at those.
Was there any like when you went to like SportsCenter or like ESPN or whatever? Was that like? Have they had any other play like that?
I don't know. I don't know if they had anything like that, but I will say, like, when I went up
A
there,
record
it was like, what was that?
has to be a record of most stats in one play.
Yeah, I don't know. It
It was
was
stats in
a
one,
catch. Yeah, catch, fumble recovery, touchdown,
not strip.
force fumble. Yeah. hmm But nah, I remember going up there to Sports Center. It was actually like really really cool because I didn't even like have you know thoughts of what Sports Center looked like, but like it's a whole campus. Like it's it's like a whole college campus in a sense. So when I went up there, like I actually saw Stephen A. When Stephen A. wasn't that big, he just kind of like had his little radio show, and then he was on like ESPN every now and then. So I met Stephen A. Got to like walk on the campus. Got to see like some other people. I didn't really see. You remember Mike and Mike?
Yeah,
Mike. Yeah. I saw them. I saw them. I didn't get to meet them though. I saw them. They were filming. But no, it was cool. Like the whole campus was cool. Coach Nofree was with me, and he was like mind blown like the whole time. That was his first time there. So like Coach Nofree, Coach Nofree was kind of like just in the glaze. Like he was like, yeah, let's go here, let's go there. And I was like, all right, cool. And then we did the interview. Like they did makeup on me and all. I'm like, this is crazy. It's how the big dogs feel.
were you nervous?
Yeah, I was nervous. They was before the interview, they were asking me like if I wanted to know the questions like that they were gonna ask me. I was like, nah, don't tell me no questions. I'm gonna be on here stuttering. And I was like, yo, just let's just
Yeah,
flow. So, but yeah, I was
yeah,
nervous. Like the cameras are there. It's like a real thing. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it's crazy too because I kind of knew the guy that interviewed you,
yeah,
Cole, right?
Dario.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. No, I'm tripping. I think Cole Wright called it after, like, she replayed it, and he was on Sports Center, like analyzing it.
hmm
Okay, Dario. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
He,
Dario was there.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was crazy.
Dario. He hit
Um,
me up on Twitter. He hit me up on Twitter and he DM'd me and he was like, "Yo, do you want to come down to the studio?" And I was like, "Psh, absolutely." And the funny thing is, I told Coach Nofree like, "Hey, the guys at ESPN want me to come down to the studio." Coach Nofree, because it was the same time as practice. Coach Nofree almost said no. You put it out there. We'll put it out there. Like Coach Nofree almost said, "Nah, no, you're not going down to ESPN."
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
what were your I don't think Instagram even had DMs then, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So what blew up? Like your Twitter, right?
Yeah, Twitter blew up first. Absolutely, Twitter blew up first. And then like Yahoo took on the story. And like they tagged my tweet in it, so that's
Yeah.
how like Twitter like really blew up. And I just
Gotcha.
got mad followers and stuff off of one play. I'm like,
Yeah. Imagine if that was the Instagram era, you would have been like,
yeah,
we got 10.
yeah. My Instagram was always locked though.
Yeah.
Like it was always on private.
Gotcha. Yeah, so let's talk about just like after school. Did you like after your last year playing football, like did you miss it like when you had to get into the real world?
Yeah. After school playing ball, just like transition was kind of crazy. It's like, dang man, I ain't got nothing to live for. I gotta go find a job. Like I'm garbage. But nah, after that, it was just like it was unique. It was just like, dang, what field am I about to get in? Everyone's kind of always like contemplating like getting a job versus getting a job in your field. Like what is more important at the time, like depending on people's circumstance. So that's really what kind of happened. And then like my girlfriend at the time, she was living in Connecticut, so it was like, man, do I go back to Virginia? Do I stay up here? So it was a bunch of like just decisions that basically had to be happening. So
Yeah, I feel you. What about did you ever think about playing like any arena ball or pro leagues anywhere?
not really. Like it wasn't. I mean, everybody has like league dreams, but
Yeah,
for me, like you kind of come to that realization, like if you got a shot or if you're not. Like honestly, I could have probably went and played like XFL or like I could have played arena or something like that, but I never really pursued it because like Shawty was in it, like it was a couple other players that were
That's
in it, and like it really. What's that?
that's what I was gonna say. Did like Shawty or JD reach out to you like come play arena football?
It was like entertain, like it was like like jokingly, like
Yeah,
yo, come out here to play, but it was like I'm not moving out to North Dakota to play. You know, I need to go get this real check. Uh,
yeah,
it wasn't like for me, like obviously like for them, like they had like they were good. You know what I mean? They had a shot, like they had league dreams. For me, it was a little different. Like I wasn't really like into the game like how they were. So
yeah, yeah. I feel you. So what major and like what before you got out of college? What did you want to be?
like for work,
Yeah,
um, honestly, I ain't have no plans. But I will say I got after like in college I got an internship at the attorney's office in Bridgeport, and that
mm,
kind of like changed my mind because in college I was a computer science major, and then once I did that internship, I actually got my master's in criminal justice. So like after college I was like, man, I wanna go into the criminal justice realm, and so that's kind of how I went about doing some things, and I was able to take that route.
all right. But then how'd you get into all this content creating and videography and photography and app making?
Yeah, that's all came from high school and just
Yeah,
like meet my personality, just like being a creator. Like even when we were just talking about like even when I was in school, like I just had a camera on me and I was just doing vlogs. I was just doing like the shoot grind. It was just a matter of like figuring out like what I wanted to do. I always have like a side hobby. So it just happened to be like the side hobby was photography or videography or app building. Like that's always been a side gig until it became like, oh, I can really make some money off of this. And so
yeah.
that's really how like some of the stuff started coming around.
Yeah, I remember when we did our first shoot, and I was just like, "Yeah, I just want some pictures." And you were doing like a video, and I didn't even know. Really, I kind of knew you were doing it, but I didn't really know you were doing it. And then you just sent it to me.
Yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like,
Yeah.
hey, "This is dope." And then,
Hmm.
I don't know what Moses is doing. I don't know why he's not doing this full time, but
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's that world is always like I always like the creative world is always unique. Like I try not to get into like maybe like doing it full time to make it like a paid job because I feel like if I like take that on like full time like photography or videography, like I feel like I would lose my creative juice for it. Like when you just doing it like legit, like one you doing stuff you don't really want to do. Like that's what it comes down to. Like you don't really want to like take photos of like a wedding. Like I'm not really a wedding photographer, so like I get bored of that stuff. But it's just for a check. So it's kind of like, man, like I just want to make sure I still have that kind of like separation where it's like it's still fun for me.
yeah, yeah, I feel you. I remember when I sent you a couple of jobs, and you were like, "Nah, I don't really want to do it full time."
Yeah, I was like, nah, because I get honestly like I get it all the time. Like people like kind of want me to like do some stuff for them. And I'm like, nah, I'm trying not to do that stuff.
And then yeah, how did you learn all like the editing and like video editing too?
That came from high school. Like me and my friend, me and a couple of my friends, like we just picked up Photoshop when it was real young,
Mm-hmm.
and then like Adobe started coming out with like Premiere. So we were just like picking up that stuff like in high school. Like how kids just messing around, make music videos and all that stuff. So we were the ones doing it, and then like it just kind of picked up with us. Like my friend now is like he's a video photographer for South Carolina. Another friend is in Richmond, and like just hanging out with them and just being creative with it.
Yeah, I was in like that in high school.
What were you, how did all right, here's a question for you. How did you pick up PG sports and like the apparels and all that stuff?
I mean, I started in college. I mean, I started in 2011, like in between freshman and sophomore year.
Hmm.
But I mean, I didn't know Photoshop until probably after college, or maybe a little during late college. I didn't learn it in college. I learned it myself. Just I don't know how I did it. Just learned it myself.
you used to like in order to one, that's a grind business. Like apparel, all that stuff, like you it's a nonstop. But you still gotta have like creative juices as well. You
But
gotta yeah. So you like how did like where did that seed in for you?
like a graphic designer, non-graphic designer, if that makes sense. Like I can come up with these graphic designers, that's for sure. I just can't do it. Like I just can't do exactly what I want. So, or I draw a picture of it. Not that I'm good at drawing either, but easier to draw something than describe it to somebody talking.
Yeah,
So,
putting your thoughts down on paper.
probably just I don't know. I think I always wanted. I think so. I used to always buy like fitteds all the time. I always wanted a hat with like a P or a G on it. Like I was just like,
Did anybody at school like kind of push you to doing it, or were you just like, I'm doing it, or like they keep like were you just throwing ideas out and everyone was like, yo, PG, you actually got to do it now?
no, I just got bored in the summer. I made a Twitter page and then I just was tweeting about sports and then people laughed at it. Of course, that goes. And then I was just like, all my roommates were wearing it. I shot us to wear it. It was over after that. Got Kashada. I got the big people. I got Kashadas and Chris Evans. That's all I needed.
Yeah, the juice man.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really think it was ever going to be apparel line. I mean, I wanted to be a sports, which I still want to do eventually. So, yeah.
That's kind of how Barstool came around. I still remember when they were just like a little Twitter page.
I was talking about Barstool since high school, and I always like never like clicked on it. And then I was like, all right, they got some cool content. And now they're just like crazy big, bought out and stuff. So.
Hey, Dim said y'all paid you paid the athletes to wear it. Oh, I'm telling NCAA, man.
I gave it out. I did some finessing. I did some fake giveaways. I said, yeah, retweet this. I'm going to give away this. And I just give it to Kashadas to be like, yeah, Kashadas won.
Nah, I'm telling NCAA, man.
Yeah, that was what's funny about Sacred Heart. Like at the beginning, it didn't matter what I did. I get into grad school. I interview Kashadas and JD. Bro, the AD comes running out. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, you need permission. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a student. And he was like, nah, like you have to go through the right channels. I was like, bro, I've been here longer than you. I know these kids. These are my friends.
Who was the AD at that time?
No, it's still the guy right now. We're not going to say his name because you never know.
All right. We'll leave it at that.
And, yeah, so, I mean, that was funny. I mean, that was a cool transition. Obviously, Sacred Heart's bigger now. So, I mean, after
Hollywood now, man.
Three championships. You ever wear your rings?
Nah, I don't know where I'm wearing.
What I always forget this, so forgive me. But what do you do for your current job right now?
Yeah, so right now I am a private investigator, and pretty much, yeah. But then, yeah, and then I do like some side gigs for different people.
Investigate me?
Nah, I'm investigating. Sacred Heart.
Do the photo shoot and everything happened.
I'm investigating into this NCAA Sacred Heart scandal we got going on here.
The Sacred Heart scandal going on.
What do you think? Go ahead. Now I was gonna say, what do you think about Sacred Heart now? Like everything's all built up. It's a whole different like world right now.
Yeah, they gotta tap me in. They hit me up when it's the wrong, and they hit me up at the wrong times.
What happened?
No, it's just like I'll talk to you later about it.
All right. Okay, all right. We'll talk offline.
But yeah, I still have the gear that we were supposed to do the photo shoot with that we didn't get to do yet. Obviously,
in DC.
First, we were waiting for well that one too. But first, we were waiting. No, actually, he moved. But no, I'm talking about remember we were about to do a women's photo shoot.
Yeah.
But then I was kind of waiting for the warm weather, and then this hit, so I haven't even hit. Obviously.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute too.
Yeah, yo, and I already told you. I already told you before that I need some personal shit too.
Yeah,
I got my new profile that I'm giving advice and stuff. So I need some pro looking stuff.
Let me know, man. I'm gonna text away.
Yeah. You like working from home now?
Yeah, I'm working completely from home. It's been kind of choppy, but like working from home, but it is what it is. I can't complain. Like my wife's pregnant, so like this is probably the best thing ever. We get to chill at the house. She don't got to worry about going to work. Um, so yeah, like it's different, but I can't complain at all.
All right, you ready for fatherhood?
I mean, as ready as I can be. I mean, we just
Wait,
had like our little
girl, are you
what?
waiting?
What's that?
You know if you're having a boy or a girl, or are you waiting?
Nah, I actually find out Saturday.
All
I
right.
actually find out the gender of the child. I'm gonna go crazy either way.
You
But
doing a
yeah,
reveal?
I mean, reveal with just our family, my family. We're gonna record it,
Nah,
and
you're
then
gonna
we
do.
go.
Okay. This guy, you made a
Like,
whole poster and shit. You're gonna do something.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I may have something.
Oh man. What about you? You still? I'm assuming you still watch. You still follow football, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a
Who,
big sports guy now.
who are you a fan of? Redskins?
No. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Cowboys, baby. America's
Oh,
team.
uh,
America's team, baby.
your
But
your
I'm
friends,
all. That's say that again.
so your friends and family, do they hate you?
A little bit. I mean, I'm all DC sports out though. Like outside of the football. Football is the only sports team where I don't like the Washington team. But other than that, Wizards, Caps, Nationals.
Gotcha.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
Mistake.
yeah,
Shout out to Mistake.
yeah. They won the title last year.
You already know.
Yeah, they just too. I don't know if you saw that.
What's that?
Tina Charles, they just got her.
Yeah, and they gave up everything for it.
They probably win it again because that. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I'm hit.
yeah, I guess you are. Uh, Ricky, we already asked that. He's talking about the sports. Watch it.
Ricky, Ricky, man.
Hey,
Hey, can I tell you a funny story about Ricky
yeah,
and that whole sports center thing? The whole sports center thing, right? We the sports center thing was going crazy, and like Rick was on the team, and he kept saying because everyone kept saying that we kind of look alike. We
yeah.
don't. We just two black people, like light skinned black people. Like we don't really look alike. But anyway, Rick used to go around saying like, "Yo, I'm Moses Webb. I was on SportsCenter," and that's how he used to like talk to people at Sacred Heart.
Said
I'd be
that.
like, "Yo," and I used to go around saying, "I'm Rick. I don't know nothing about no SportsCenter, nothing."
Uh, oh yeah, I feel like I vaguely remember Ricky yelling in the hallway saying, "Yo, he was on SportsCenter or something."
He's a clown, man. Top 5 funniest people at Sacred Heart. I'm not gonna lie, Rick.
Oh man, yo, Flick days different.
What's that?
The Flick days,
What's that?
the Flick days.
Oh yeah. Just
Different.
hang in there for a good 3 hours. Skip class just cause everybody's in there.
Pretty,
Yeah,
pretty
I don't
much.
advise skipping class though. Everybody go to class.
Nah, I was skipping classes. Actually, this is what I'm gonna start pointing out too. Like how like people always talk about their failures and stuff. I'm gonna start talking about my failures. Like I failed 5 classes at Sacred Heart. I still passed them
Mm.
on time. Still got it done.
No, that's good. That's good. That's a good mindset. Yeah.
Yeah,
C's good degrees.
yeah. I mean, even with that play, if you ever become some kind of coach, you'd be like, yo, you can never come up on a play, and then just pop that up.
I guess.
But I can't see why you wouldn't be a coach.
um, I don't know. My wife asked me the other day, like, if we have a son and he's playing football, like, would I be the coach? And I don't really know. I haven't thought that far yet.
Nah, I don't think you want to be a son's coach.
I don't know. Like, my dad wasn't ever my coach, but he was always like an assistant.
Yeah,
So I think I'll probably take that role.
I gotcha. Yeah, going back to DC area, Virginia and stuff. I know the DMV because of all the people that went to SHU. So in an interview, I did actually with Mystics Tasha Cloud, and I said the DMV, and she was impressed that I knew what I was talking about.
What's the DMV?
DC, Maryland, Virginia. What do you mean?
Okay, all right. Just checking. Some people like to say Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like I would say motor vehicle or whatever.
No.
That's what people say when I say if they really don't know, they'll be like, "What, you mean Department of Motor Vehicles?"
Department of Motor Vehicles? No. No.
So yeah, shout out to all my DMV people at SHU because that's how I learned it.
Yeah. Shout out DMV, man. There was a lot of DMV people up in Sacred Heart, actually.
Yeah, that's how I know about it.
New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey's whack, man. But New Jersey, we got the North Jersey, South Jersey. That's annoying. They already know how I feel about it. I walked into
Is there a Central Jersey?
I mean, I think so. Why not? If there's a middle, there's
People from Jersey only think it's a North Jersey and South Jersey, and then like the people in the middle will always say, "Yeah, I'm from Central Jersey," and they get clowned on.
Ricky said, I walked into a bar one time and some random kid goes, Moses Webb, you had a great game. Here, take my card and buy as many drinks as you want.
Oh my God. I think he told me that once.
That happened? Wait, oh, he did that?
Yeah, Ricky did that. I told you, Ricky used to go around talking about I'm Moses Webb. That's cool. And people used to believe him.
What's up, Farrah? Yeah, that's hilarious. What about that? Yeah, did you get any free stuff after that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got to tell me what happened.
Yeah, I used to get a lot of like free stuff off of that. Like one time actually, a professor called me in to his class because his media class or his communications class was doing pretty much a whole semester project on the video. And they were taking like a social media kind of thing on the video, something like that. So I actually had to go in and talk to the class about like what it's like and stuff.
Yeah, I remember. I forgot what it was, but you came to the sports media club thing, and remember it was like
Yeah.
it was Dario and Paul Paps was there.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that. I can't remember.
Dario, shout out Dario. Dario was dope. I'm still kind of cool with him and Paul. They're dope. Paul's hilarious, by the way.
Yeah. What about so what predictions? Do you think like NFL is gonna have a season?
I don't know. I read something like yesterday, I think it was, where Roger Goodell was kind of like just saying, nah, no season. It's going to be unique, though. I'm actually interested to see what they're going to do with the NCAA. Even if, for example, California, if they, like, cancel all fall sports, obviously the football team's not going to play. So, like, how does that affect, the Pac-12? Like, they're just going to have, like, 4 games? Like, oh, yeah, I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. And then if, like, other schools are going to say, yeah, you can't come on campus, aka no fall sports. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. I mean, it was tough with no spring sports, but like football's a little that's a different type of moneymaker. So I don't know if they're gonna be like, let's just do it or not.
Yeah. I heard something that like I don't know how they're gonna do it, but schools might go like independent and still play somehow. But then I don't know how that's gonna work out or how that's legal or not legal or whatever. But yeah, I think I mean, in one case, I think it's gonna mess up people's careers, but then there's going to be some people that still are training and stuff and might get drafted that weren't necessarily going to get drafted or something like that.
Exactly. Like Joe Burrow.
I don't know what that – there's some kind of word or terminology that's like, and something happens like X, Y, and Z, and then but somebody else – it's like someone else benefits – someone's going to benefit off it, someone's not going to benefit off it.
Yeah, I agree. Because like Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow didn't play his senior year, he'd been an undrafted free agent right now.
Pretty much. Yeah, and that's why it's like interesting. We were talking about at the beginning, like they already closed that down. Other stuff is opening, so it doesn't really make sense right now.
Facts. Yeah, man.
And baseball said they're trying to play in July and have spring training next month. So I don't know how that is happening either.
Yeah, I know for a fact the NBA is not gonna come back. They're talking about like trying to do all these workarounds with no fans, and I'm like, just cancel season, like, and get ready to like start in like January or whatever. I think I think the NFL. I don't know, man. The NFL's gonna try to force it. Roger Goodell's gonna try to force it. I
I
don't
mean, I
know what
think
they're gonna do.
if they have a later start,
True, that's it. All the games are
maybe
gonna be in the winter.
start training in September, maybe games in
Yeah,
October. Yeah, and then the UFC events are still going on. There's one tonight, which is crazy. Which
with
that
no
doesn't,
fans,
but it doesn't make sense because that's like the most contact in sport. You're literally on people.
on people sweating like OD.
Yeah,
No,
so
no protection.
it's
Is this?
confusing stuff right now. So, anyways, if there is an NFL season, early Super Bowl prediction.
Oh man. Early Super Bowl prediction. Ooh. I will say though, I don't know if Tampa Bay is gonna shape up how people think they're gonna shape up. My fear is that somebody's gonna get hurt for Tampa Bay. Like
Right.
if Brady goes down, it's a wrap. Gronk, I don't know, if Gronk really got it. I'm not gonna like. Obviously, he's a Hall of Famer, so. But I don't know. It's Gronk gonna look like Jason Witten out there. Like I don't know. But I would say Ravens, Seattle. But
All
if
right. Yeah.
if if
No, my Beast mode might be coming back again.
nah, he's supposed to wash. He's washed, yo. He's so washed.
All
Ravens, Seattle, or my boys, Cowboys.
right. Yo, I mean the Cowboys got a crazy wide receiver. Whatever. I don't even know I can't even think of the words right now.
Yeah, wide receiver core. Yeah.
But
What's that?
no, I said I can't think of words anymore. I've been doing too much. But yeah. Oh, take me to the other. Like, take me more to the photography stuff. Like, what kind of camera? Like, tell me what kind of camera you use, how you save everything. Because that's what I've been asking everybody that's a creator. Like how many hard drives you got? Tell me all that.
Yeah. Um, so I started with Sony. I'm a Sony shooter, so I have all basically Sony gear.
Why?
I
Hold
started
up.
with
Before you start answering, why are everybody? It's almost like the South Jersey, North Jersey thing. Why are everyone so like Team Canon, Team Sony, Team whatever?
It's because once you go into one of those makes, like you can't like cross, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you can't really have like well you can, but you can't really have like Canon lenses and a Sony camera. Like you kind of got to pick one avenue, and it's so expensive that like whichever the more deeper you get into like photography, videography, it gets more expensive, obviously. So once you invest, you got to pick. Like you can't you can't. Yeah, you can't. It's like Nike and Adidas, but imagine if like shoes were like $500. Like you gonna wear them Nike shoes. So that's really what it is. But nah, I'm a Sony guy. So I started with a Sony A7 II, which is a pretty old camera, and then I upgraded to the A7 III, which is the money maker. It's amazing. I got a couple of lenses for it: an 85 1.8, 35 1.4, 28, and some zooms. How I paid for it though, it's really just been over time. It's been over time. So I started small. I got a used camera, I got a used lens, and then basically what I started doing was like getting gigs. And one of the biggest things like I recommend to people is like if you're starting with photography or videography, it's gonna be expensive. PG, where you go?
Yeah, I'm there.
All right. It's gonna be expensive. So like start small and make sure you like still have that passion for it. Like you don't wanna like buy the best camera in the industry or the best lens. That's gonna run you like $3,000.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you don't even like photography no more. Or you don't even pick up the camera no more, whatever that is. Um so yeah, I started with that, and then once I really realized what I wanted and like what I wanted to shoot, that's what I got. So I just started picking up gigs, and I used to pay for the lens with the gigs that I did. That's really it.
Yeah. Well, you used to like rent lenses.
Nah, I didn't. I never rented lenses. I just did what I had, and then I just
Okay.
bought it straight out.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
what's your computer setup look like? Like what kind of hard you got saving everything?
I actually have two. I have a desktop, which is an old computer. I mean, not a desktop, a laptop, a Windows, which is an old computer. I run only Premiere on that, Adobe Premiere, so I do all my video editing on that, and some photography editing. And then I have a MacBook Pro. I think it's 2013 2012 or something like that. It's an old one, but I just souped it up. Like it's got like 16 gigs, and basically, I love the MacBook Pro 2012 because like this is the last MacBook you can like soup up yourself.
Yeah.
So I got that, and then externally I have like two 2 terabyte hard drive
Gotcha.
that I'm running some stuff off of.
Yeah, I just recently invested in a new one because basically one because all these lives, and two like the iCloud kind of sucks because like it still takes up
No.
computer, so it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, no, I don't use iCloud. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now I got all the videos on there. I already have like over like 100 gigs of videos from doing these.
Oh yeah, it'll rack up quick on you too. You won't even notice it until it's like, yeah, you only got like 1 gig left.
Yeah. That's why I'm slowing down on these now because I've been doing way too many.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
What other projects do you want to work on like after like what I know you've been thinking a lot now since we got time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a couple. So I just like January I released like my app, like my first official app. Yeah,
I forgot to ask you about that.
yeah, yeah. So January I released my app, so I've been working on that pretty much nonstop. Like that's been like a unique kind of business because it's like it's in the religious world, so you know that like that's unique right there. But it's unique, so it's like half building the app still, half selling the app kind of.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that. But outside of that, I have a couple like small stuff that I want to do too. Like I want to make a calendar app, just like a super small like free app that people can have because there's a need that I have like for a calendar app where just you can put in all your calendars like Google Calendar, Outlook, stuff like that. But I have a couple like small projects like that I want to get out too, but time.
Well,
In terms of like.
I'll have to hit you up because I got this $1 million idea. Like literally, I swear it's the truth this time. But
Nah, I believe you.
tell us like a little bit about the app. What's it called and stuff like that. Shout it out.
Yeah, the app is called My Sunday. It's been probably a 8-month project leading up to it. It's released in January. Basically, My Sunday is a mobile app that allows churches to create their own app. So a lot of churches kind of have a need for it. My church had a need for it. So basically, it's an app where they go in there, they sign up, and it basically turns the app into theirs. Like it makes the logo, all that good stuff. So that's what the app is. It's been like far exceeding my expectation at this point. That's why I've been like so busy with it. We're about to hit 1,000 downloads here shortly. So like it's been like that's been like taking all my focus, but that's really what it is. So I have a couple of things that I'm coming out with it. So like right now I'm working on the giving. So My Sunday Giving, like where nonprofits can accept giving through this app. So those things are just like nonstop. I'll be staying up to like 3 a.m. sometimes.
Yeah.
So
What
yeah.
did a lot of churches contact you since Corona?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of churches kind of had a need for it because they obviously can't be in church.
Yeah.
So this is what they kind of do. And yeah, I've been getting like nonstop conversations with pastors and stuff that kind of want it.
That's dope. How many states do you have right now?
So we are in Texas, Alabama. We're in Canada. We have 2 churches in Canada actually. We're in Connecticut, obviously. Florida. Did I say
Virginia?
Alabama? Nah, I actually don't have a church in Virginia yet.
Damn.
I've been in contact with a couple, but I don't have a church in Virginia yet. North Carolina, but
You
yeah.
could do it for any too.
What's that?
You could do it for any country too.
Yeah, I can. But I'm keeping it limited. So right now it's only available in
Like North America.
U.S., Canada, and UK. Those
Okay.
are the only 3 right now. I can make it global, but I'm taking that small approach right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all the questions I got for you. Appreciate you coming on always. We'll be
Yeah,
talking.
man. Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate you having me, PG. You always killing it.
Dim said church.
Dim. This is a cloud. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. I know you've been killing it too, bro. We're gonna link up, do some more PG products.
Hold up. Oh, Dim says I have a question. Well, Dim, we got like 5 minutes. What's your question? It's not even popping up now. Oh yeah, it is. Now it is.
Oh, I just saw it. Yeah.
Said for real. What's the question? We're waiting. Oh, he wants you to ask if I go to church.
If PG go to church, PG, you go to church?
You think I go to church?
Dim, do you go to church, bro? Where is
think
Dim, man? Where are you right now? Is Dim in California still? New Jersey?
No, he's in Jersey.
New Jersey? Already.
No, I don't go to church. What's up, Gerald?
But yeah, man. What do you have in plan? I know we only got a few minutes here. Like, what's your big artist coming out rocking PG? I know you're up to something.
Well, I'm going into more of a sports marketing route, helping clients or athletes build their brands. So that's where I'm going right now with that. Obviously, I do freelance work for clients who are just doing their social media. So, I'm a social media head.
Yeah, I know you are.
That's about it. I mean, doing the podcast, doing these. My Average Savage podcast is more. I'm trying to get like bigger people on it, and I'm not trying to waste people that. Like basically, if I reach out to someone big, like I'd rather get them on the offline stuff. So it'd be more formal, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got some other ideas coming up with some stuff. That's what I'm going to talk to you about.
All right. Yeah, hit my phone up after this.
All right, good talking to you. I'll see you.
All right, bro. Appreciate it. See you, man.